Hello guys, what's going on? It's ICZ18 and welcome back to the channel and another Star Citizen video of my Which Ship is the Best Daily Driver series, where I go through the most commonly used and beloved ships that people use as daily drivers, trying to find my new favorite one to dethrone my Corsair, but also checking through every single one of them so you don't have to. If it's your first time here, in this series we judge the ships based on their offensive and defensive capabilities for whenever I want to do a couple of bounties or I'm under fire and I need to defend myself. I need to have some cargo space for whenever I feel like doing a bit of cargo hauling or I find some goodies in the open world. I need to have an interior with a bed so I can log out on the ship, but most importantly, they need to look cool as hell. I consider myself a casual, I'm average at best, so if you're in the same boat or better than me, this is gonna be pretty accurate for you. Today's ship has been voted by you a long ass time ago to be included in the series. I've been avoiding it, but I cannot avoid it no more. I'm gonna get hate for hating on it. It's the one and only C1. I really don't like this ship. Let's cue the intro and get right to it. Now, like every installment in this series, we're gonna have a 360 look on the exterior of the ship, then a tour of the interior. I love camera angles, and then we're gonna take it out for a spin. Now, the C1 is one of those ships that should have been it for me, but it really isn't. I love the engines, I love the exterior of the ship, I love how it looks. I think it's a milestone on ship design when it comes to CAG. I don't know what changed, but I'm pretty sure the C1, the A1, that era of ships has all the new looks, and I don't mean, you know, just the exterior of it. I'm talking about all the detailing, all the little lights, how slick everything is, how detailed everything is. Also the little, going back, neon lights back there. I'm pretty sure this is the first ship to have it. I don't know, I love it. I love the exterior. So when the C1 was announced, it was announced with the A1 and the E1, I believe it is. The A1 is the small bomber version, and the E1, that's not released yet, is the small passenger version, the little space taxi, I believe. But it's supposed to be the baby version of the A2, C2 and M2, I'm guessing. The thing is that the C1 was supposed to be to the C2 what the Cutlass Black is to the Corsair, what the Zeus now is to the Constellation. Zeus is another ship I'm not a huge fan of, but anyways, I'm gonna leave the reviewing and the complaining for last, for the end. I already know what I'm gonna complain about, but visually, the outside, love it. Especially those massive engines. So we're coming to the back. That's our hangar door. I should have not left it open. Let me close it quickly, because I do love this little light popping out and flashing as a warning light that the door is, you know, doing stuff. Same thing with when you open it. I do love that. I love the outline telling you, hey, like this space gonna be taken over, so you can stay further back. You don't get squeezed, you don't have a vehicle and get it damaged. Same with cargo, or, you know, they get sucked in through the floor and stuff like that. The ramp is fairly long. It's not too wide, but also not too narrow. Can't really complain about it. Pretty nice. And we come into the back. I did open all the doors, so I have to fucking reclose them now. So this little backside is engineering. As you can see, everything is kind of locked and airlocked as well. So if anything catches on fire, you could technically somehow open only this door to, you know, kind of kill the fire, kill the oxygen. Then we have another airlock that goes through to the main big beat of the cargo hull, sorry. So as you see, left and right engineering components. Let me actually close this just so you guys see what that looks like. These boxes take a bit to open and close, not the greatest when it comes to speed. Let's say something, you know, needs repairs on the fly, but oh well, very small thing to complain about. The one thing I don't really like is the amount of doors, but in true Crusader fashion, it has a lot of doors. As you see, we're closing it. By the way, there is a bit of cargo space back there, but mainly you can leave your space bike and stuff like that. This is the main bit of the cargo hold, nothing really, you know, fancy, left or right, just the same thing, just a cargo hold, pretty cool. We go through one airlocked door, seems like, to another little engineering room with more components. They're not really in the game at the moment. Gravity generation, life support, you know, they're not physicalized, and the engineering terminal and some fuses and stuff. It's all pretty cool. Not a huge fan that the terminal is locked behind this. It does say radar relay. This bit is the radar. I would not mind a little window up here so you can see at least the monitor, you know, through the panel, or maybe have a hole there so you can actually access the monitor even through the panel. But again, tiny little complaints, nothing too important. I do like how everything is, you know, sufficiently placed, I guess. The space is utilized nicely, and then we go through our last airlock, to our bridge, living quarters, everything. On the right hand side we have our sitter. I cannot sit there, but I can put it away. It's good. I have no reflection. I'm a vampire, I guess. Then we have a little kitchenette, I guess, little fridge, oven, not sure what that's supposed to be, little coffee machine here, whatever. And then our bunk bed and some storage. On the left hand side we have exactly the same, another bunk bed, well, bed, not bunk bed, and more internal storage, a suit locker type of thing, not sure actually if that can also act as an escape pod, another one right here, and then in the middle we have, there we go, a little weapon rack that extends. So it's a 2-man ship, supposed to be. I like that, you know, you can, it has sufficient amount of space. I really like that. I like how everything is utilized perfectly. My issue with it comes on stats, and we're gonna take a look shortly. That's the co-pilot seat, that's the pilot seat. Let's take a sit down. Now, visibility, I like how... Yes, hello to you too. I love how it spawned me looking upwards, because I wanted to mention that visibility on the sides and upwards is glorious. It's clean, it's perfect. Then front and under, kind of non-existent. I'm not a huge fan of it, but at the same time, it's Crusader, right? But it is pretty clean. I like that there is no beams in the middle or anything. With that said, let's request hangar, let's have a quick takeoff. Like always, we're gonna be running it stock components. So as you can see, it comes with tractor beam. We're gonna take a look at it later. Let me see if I can min-max the components. Let's see if we put 2 powers on cooler. Can I? Yeah, I can max out my shield. And then I can put 2 more on weapons. I can sacrifice... I'm not gonna sacrifice life support. I am gonna sacrifice 1 engine just to max out my weapons. I do like the fact that the 2 main MFDs are, you know, not eye level, but like very easy to see mid-flight and very easy to access. Would not have minded either 1 more here and 1 here, or maybe 1 more down the middle. Let's take off, go third person, and put our landing gear away. My cat just headbutted something and that's why I paused. So another thing this ship has that I like when it's visualized on ships is VTOL. So once you press K, you have engines, thrusters, whatever you want to call it, point downwards to make landing, taking off and stuff like that easier. It's pointless now, we already taken off, but I love it. I love the slick design, I love how slim it is. My issue with it mainly is the defensive capability of it, but also the offensive one. So let's take a look at numbers. The Spirit comes stock with 4 size 3 cannons sitting on size 3 gimbals. As we can see right here, 2 on the nose, 1 on its wing. It comes with 1 turret that is not a turret, it's that tractor beam we see. We're gonna take a look at it soon once we switch the co-pilot seat later on. The good thing is it goes all the way to the back. The bad thing is it has no actual turret. It also comes with 4 size 3 missiles in a size 4 missile rack. but you can switch the missiles racks out and add smaller missile racks with more missiles. It comes with a single size 2 shield, a single size 2 power plant, a single size 2 cooler, and a single size 2 quantum drive. Well, actually, with a single size 2 radar as well. I forgot that's an important component this match. All in all, not the biggest fan of its components, it feels a bit too weak to me, and the main thing is that it doesn't fly horribly, but for the stats it has, I think it should have been a bit more agile. Now the cargo hold, and that's my main issue with it, can only hold 64 SCUs of cargo. This ship is supposed to be a mini freighter ship, and it barely can hold any SCU. I don't see why you would use these compared to... Oop, I'm getting an invite by pumping. I don't see why you would use these over any other freighter on this side. So, like every other video, let me accept a bounty and try it out in combat. Now, unlike other videos that I do high risk bounties, in this one I accept a medium one. I believe a medium bounty on a stock C1, like a moderate one, is the highest bounty you can do on a stock C1 with ease. You can definitely do a high risk in stock C1, but it's gonna take a lot of effort, I guess. Once you upgrade those weapons to something higher, something better, your shields and everything, then yes, you can absolutely do them much easier. As we're approaching our destination, I should also mention that our claim time of the ship is 6 minutes and 45 seconds. I'm not sure how accurate that's gonna be in a couple of weeks of recording, because we're gonna get a new insuring and all that stuff. And also, as you can see also on the top left hand side, it comes with 1.79 quantum fuel, SCUs of quantum fuel, and 45 SCUs, oh, too close, 45 SCUs of hydrogen. Now, we have two small ships. I'm really not happy with how not agile I am, so let me missile that. We have a... that's a buccaneer, that might hurt. How close is he? Very. Well, let's missile him and then light him up with the cannons. Can we lock? Watch me one-tap him with a missile, so don't even get to shoot him. Are we gonna lock? Do I need to ping him again? What's up with that? There we go. 2 missiles out. Please don't one-shot him. Well, they did one-shot him, but it's cannons anyways. Yeah. They were also not really reactive. Let's hope this guy is gonna react a bit more. It's easy ships to fight. It's smaller ships, and that's what I meant. Like, it shines on these bounties. On higher ones, with the stock components, it might be a bit of an issue, especially if it's multi-crew ships. Okay, I think the bounties are a bit bugged, but it's not its big strength anyways. It's, again, a freighter. It's a small freighter ship. Oh. Yeah, I don't even need to fly past, like they are. They are bugged at the moment, seems like. Is he even flying? No, he's literally stationary. There we go. So with that done, my issue with the ship is that it's not bad, but it's also not good. On its price range, on its size range, on its category range, it's just lost in a massive amount of other ships that do what it does. Same quality, I guess, if not even better. It's a fast little ship, but not the fastest. It's a small freighter, but can barely carry any freight. And if you want to carry a vehicle, like a small Ursa or something, you kind of sacrifice some of your cargo space. If you want it more for combat, not the greatest, because it's paper with a single size 2 shield and 4 size 3 weapons. It's not bad, it's not, you know, a flying brick, but it's also not really agile and nimble to be able to just outfly your enemies. Plus, if they get under you or over you, look at the target. You're a massive target. That's my issue with this ship. It's very average in my opinion. Not the worst, not the best. Not against it, but also not for it. Now, let's go for a landing. I'll quickly check out the tractor beam so you guys see it. Sorry, no hauling this video. Even I usually do a little hauling mission, but not really gonna do one today. I think over here it's gonna be fine. Start dropping it. Perfect. Definitely didn't take enough damage. The one good thing this ship has is that other than the 50 million doors, the exit is not too far from the entrance, from the cockpit, but only one entrance and slash exit. That's the massive downside in my opinion, since every other ship of its category, how does it say no power while we're literally using it? What? Well, every other ship, I was gonna say, of its category has at least two, entrances, exits. So as you saw, the tractor beam is on that little rail on top. So once you put it away, it backs itself up top. Otherwise, it drops back down to the ramp. So let's say we have a bike here, you pull it close. The problem is that once you reach here, like I'm pulling down, it doesn't move anymore. You have to flip, and then you have to navigate it in. Not the biggest fan of that mechanic. Not the biggest fan of having, to bring it in and then either get it very close and kind of spin it around like that, or you have to bring it on the ramp. By the way, if we go third person, you'll see the distance is not the greatest between the tractor beam and the ramp. So you're gonna definitely be banging around the cargo either on your tractor beam or on your ship, but you have to bring it here, kind of flip it, get it in. I do like how you can see everything. Almost every single bit of space in your ship is visible from your tractor beam. I like that. That means you can stuff packs right there, which I'm literally behind that door. So you can free place, I guess, packs off the cargo grade, so you can stuff a few more boxes in here instead of just the 64 SCU. With that said, I believe this is it for this video. I am not the biggest fan of this ship. I'm also not the biggest hater of this ship. I'm very 50-50 when it comes to it. I cannot really see something positive about it that any other ship doesn't cover, but I can also not see anything really negative about it. If the aesthetics, if the visuals, if the immersion of it, of a real-life plane, I didn't crash, almost crash, you did. If the immersion of a borderline real-life plane-looking ship, if you enjoy that, then this might be the ship for you. Again, not horribly against it, but also not horribly for it. My personal rating is gonna be a 5 out of 10, but my unbiased one, I believe, is gonna be a 7, maybe 7.5. I cannot really see myself driving this, but I do understand why people enjoy the ship. I do understand why people value the ship so much. With that said, there ain't many normal, I guess, ships left to check for this series. We're about to start entering the unconventional category of daily drivers, but with 4.8 coming very soon, it all might change. I do want to see, like, I have an ironclad pledged. Yep, that's definitely what I was planning. I was gonna say, I do want to see what we can do with the ironclad, the module and all that stuff. Anyways, while I'm respawning, I'm gonna leave the video here. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Drop a like down below if you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment telling me how bad I am at flying, but at the same time it wouldn't be a video in this series if it didn't finish with me crashing, or at least almost crashing, right? Anyways, thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.